Absolute breaking news of the day is that Ripple has completed its acquisition of Hidden Road and changed the name to Ripple Prime. So it's fully Ripple. Prior to this, if you had gone to either Hidden Road or Mateco's website, you would end up redirected to Ripple, and it'd be something like ripple.com/whatever you call it. Now, if you go to Hidden Road, you end up at ripple.com/solutions/prime brokerage. So basically, it is now fully a Ripple company or a Ripple subsidiary named Ripple Prime. And this is absolutely massive in so many ways. I mean, we already sort of spoke ad nauseum about the benefits of having a prime brokerage and how it puts Ripple in sort of the room, in the boardrooms, in face to face with the likes of Larry Fink of BlackRock, and able to offer them basically investment instruments in the digital world. With this move, Ripple's acquisition of Hidden Road, that is, has created the biggest and the very first global multi-asset prime broker that's owned by a crypto company. So it's not the biggest, but it's definitely the only one that's owned by a crypto company, which is a first and puts Ripple in a league of its own when it comes to cryptocurrencies. Now, they're going to have access to $3 trillion plus clearing annually when it comes to liquidity. They have access to 300 plus institutional customers. So not retail, but institutional customers, as in other banks and financial institutions and companies with very, very deep pockets. They're SOC Type 2 compliant because obviously the compliance that was prior to this acquisition was achieved by Hidden Road themselves, then Ripple Prime just takes that on. So now they've taken on all the rights, all the licenses, all the approvals, all the certifications, and all the compliance levels that Hidden Road had already had. Now they have it as a Ripple subsidiary, hence as extension to Ripple themselves, okay? And so many other things. Okay, apart from all of the relationships that Hidden Road had already had, all their clients on their books, like aforementioned, the 300 plus institutional clients are now Ripple customers. And what do you think that they're going to... And basically that they're now able to sell directly to these people and offer them financial products, digital assets, etc. I'm reading for their website, by the way. I've got my computer here because I am away from my station. I'm in this beautiful, shiny place. I'm actually in one of the most beautiful parts of England, and at this time in autumn is absolutely stunning here. I'll share the place with you later because I don't want people showing up where I am. Actually, you couldn't show up if you even tried because I'm way out in the middle of nowhere, but it's absolutely beautiful. Tell you what, if you can guess where I am at the moment, leave it in the comment section. And so the person that gets it's so highly unlikely that you get this right, but if you were to get this right, there might be a reward. I'm not going to say more than that. Okay, so specialized tech first platform for modern prime brokerage services. We have multi-asset financing across digital assets, FX, ETDs, OTC swaps, fixed income, clearing, and repo, precious metals, and much, much more. So guys, Ripple is effectively no longer a crypto company per se. Now they're a digital assets brokerage, a bank, a traditional bank. I won't be surprised to see brick and mortar banks on the high street now with with the Ripple logo on them. Efficient clearing of derivatives, sponsored access, and direct market access with real-time risk management and efficient cross-margining. And then, of course, trust and security, conflict-free brokerage with robust governance, regulated custodial partners, and access to derivatives and digital asset margin financing. Okay. If you want to read more about this, it's on Ripple's website. I can leave a link to this particular thing I'm reading in the description for you to go check out. So basically, this is absolutely massive, guys. Ripple has stepped the game up while everybody else is panicking and thinking doom and gloom. Ripple has stepped it up. Even like the likes of Cardano's CEO or founder, Charles Hoskinson, who used to be an anti-XRP person, definitely an anti-Ripple guy. Over the last few months, himself has been converted almost to an XRP lover, so much so that he's been talking about bringing on XRP onto the Cardano ecosystem. At first, I think his disposition was that Cardano would be doing XRP a favor. But now it seems like even he recognizes that this would be the other way around. In order to save Cardano's sort of waning ecosystem, he's been considering bringing on the likes of Bitcoin and XRP, particularly XRP DeFi, onto Cardano because he recognizes the insane amount of liquidity that's about to absolutely roll into the XRP ecosystem. Everybody realizes this. Flare is basically running far ahead of all these other third parties at the moment, capitalizing on the lack or the previous lack of choice for XRP holders when it comes to DeFi. And the success of Flare alone has sparked a frenzy of interest. Now you have Cardano trying to do something about it. Coinbase already offering their own weird wrapped version of that. But a lot of firms, a lot of crypto companies, by the way, are scrambling to try and get a little bit of this XRP action. But in the meantime, while markets are panicking, while people are selling and talking about, oh, this is the end, the bull market is over, the bear market is upon us, it seems as though XRP is about to decouple from the whole cycle thing altogether. So what I mean by that is all of these other tokens are following on to what Bitcoin is doing, right? They wait for Bitcoin to pump, they pump, dump. While that's always going to have some sort of effect on the price of XRP, because again, Bitcoin is the grandfather of all tokens, there's going to come a time, I think, that XRP is going to be so decoupled from all that process that it might step away from the whole sort of altcoin bunch. You might stop calling XRP an altcoin and just call it XRP. So it'd be Bitcoin, XRP, and altcoins. I think that we're coming to that era really soon. And at that point, it almost really doesn't matter what Bitcoin does. XRP is going to do its own thing. And then you have Bitcoin and the alts doing their own thing. Again, don't quote me on this. This is not financial advice. They're the ramblings of a YouTuber who's having an absolute blast in the most beautiful part of England at the moment. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.